If you're a gamer, chances are that you're not a stranger to titles like RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and Final Fantasy. Massive online role-playing games, or MMORPGs, are booming, and the RPG market is expected to reach $70 billion by 2027, with MMOs making up for over $20 billion of that. MMO players know the grind all too well. And it doesn't help that players often don't get enough credit for their contributions in games, and sometimes even exploited in some sense by game developers. One recent example is Nexus making a key item to progress in the Korean MMO MapleStory untradeable amongst players. And this led to MapleStory's globally ranked #1 player, Neru, protesting. He made a public statement on Twitch.
Why on God's name in the tradable servers are they f***ing untradeable?
And voluntarily stopped his progression at just shy of the game's final level, 300, which he ended up doing anyway after giving up his protest when Nexus refused to change the situation after a month. This highlighted the situation where MMOs have a problem with its reward and ownership system. Now, to tackle this problem, Zentry is introducing advanced games and gaming infrastructure that introduce a true ownership system to billions of players worldwide, putting players first. But what is Zentry exactly? Rebranded from GuildFi, Zentry is building a platform for all players where the time and effort they put into the game is actually rewarded. Zentry believes that everyone is a gamer whether they think so or not, because many things are designed to include elements of gamification, such as popular Web 2 apps like social media. The platform will be decentralized, leveraging blockchain tech to facilitate a connection between Web 2 and Web 3 environments. This gives players a platform to transport their gaming data to a decentralized hub, true ownership of in-game items, as well as opportunities to earn from their hard work in games. Simply put, Zentry is striving to redefine the concept of in-game economy by forging the play economy. In this new framework, the plays you make and the hours you put into games are not merely in-game stats, but also drivers for real-world benefits. Bridging the in-game world with the real one is a tall order, so what spawned the idea for Zentry? To the crypto veterans watching this, you're probably familiar with Ethereum's origin story. Ethereum was developed by Vitalik Buterin, who's also a former World of Warcraft player. He quit the game after its game developer, Blizzard, decided to weaken the abilities of his favorite in-game character. On that day, Vitalik, in his own words, realized what horrors centralized services can bring. In a similar light, Zentry developers set out to create an infrastructure that tackles the poor reward system of many MMOs as a result of corporatization of the sector. Zentry is working on a set of products such as games and connectivity solutions to refine the MMO experience. One of them is Nexus, Zentry's social gateway, a gamification layer where social interactions are rewarded. Then there is Sigma, an anime and gaming-inspired NFT collection. On top of that, we have Azul, an AI-powered gaming companion that, according to Zentry, aims to improve players' productivity and adds more fun to the gaming experience. And Zentry's flagship product, Radiant. Radiant is a cross-platform application that turns Web 2 and Web 3 gaming activities into a rewarding adventure. Zentry is hoping to reinvigorate the MMORPG experience through its metagame layer. By integrating player identities, loyalty systems, activities across games and platforms, the metagame layer is an attempt to unify these aspects of games into a single platform, like a game multiverse, or as Zentry calls it, the game of games. The metagame layer aims to make games more rewarding, where in-game achievements can earn you rare items that can be exchanged exchange for tokens or even real-world rewards. The idea is that Zentry's metagame layer balances both the potential rewards from in-game achievements while still being in itself enjoyable even without the reward, like how games are supposed to be. You can imagine the metagame layer as 3 layers stacked together. First, an underlying blockchain infrastructure to connect Web 2 and Web 3 consisting of players' identities, assets, and activity. Then a basket of consumer applications that onboards different player segments to Zentry. Lastly, a multiversal IP that enables the layer to incorporate third parties through collaborative IP partnerships and engaging narratives to deepen player immersion. By incorporating a story-driven and evolving ecosystem into the metagame layer, Zentry enables users to truly own a dynamic avatar profile that continuously evolves as they play games and engage with the platform. Through the metagame layer, Zentry aims to onboard 3 billion MMO players into an integrated world of player networks, AI, and Web3 known as the play economy that bridges the digital and physical world. Zentry welcomes different segments of users such as gamers, investors, and NFT collectors. These users can engage in activities on the platform, contribute to the growth of Zentry, and earn rewards for participating. Powering this economy is the ZENT token. ZENT is the native token of Zentry's ecosystem and plays a key role in its economy and governance. As the governance token for the Zentry DAO, ZENT is used for community proposals and votes for changes to the project. ZENT holders also benefit from its shared value program. Holders can earn from Zentry's partnerships, treasury investment, and other economic activities. ZENT is also used to drive new user engagement through airdrops and promotional events. Zentry migrated from GuildFi's GF token to ZENT through a 1-to-10 conversion ratio on April 25th this year, and this is due to the widening scope of the project as well as to improve the community's experience. Holders of the GF token will have time to complete the migration process until the deadline, which is set on August 25th, 2024. If you hold GF tokens on an exchange, worry not, as the migration will be done automatically. The total supply of ZENT is 10 billion, 40% of which is in the current circulating supply, 14% is allocated to Zentry's treasury, 40% reserved for ecosystem growth, and 15% allocated for the team. The remaining 24% will be deployed for future fundraisers. So, how do you start getting involved? You can start off your Zentry journey with Nexus. Nexus is a social game where users are rewarded for interactions on X. This includes likes, comments, replies, and retweets. The rewards are distributed according to the criteria set by Zentry. Users are required to connect their X account to the app and interact on X according to Zentry's criteria to receive shards. To get started, head over to zentry.com. Click on Products on the top left, then go to Nexus and click on Launch Site. Connect your X account with Nexus and approve the connection request. Keep in mind to read the connection agreement before approving it. On the user's approval, Zentry uses its multiversal API to connect to the social account to track the user's data in real time and translate them to useful information for the platform's operations. Users earn for interacting with posts from their friends, followers, and social media influencers. Each activity is weighted and rewards are distributed accordingly. Remember that quality is more important than quantity when it comes to content. The gaming industry has come a long way from decades ago and is close to becoming a $500 billion USD industry with expectations of continued growth in the years to come. Despite the popularity of MMORPGs, its success is not currently shared by its players who have driven its massive growth. Using decentralized tech, Zentry's grand vision is to build a new home for these players where they gain access to ownership and governance rights. Nevertheless, Zentry is still in its early phase, and this implies that many details and upcoming offerings of the project are subject to change. So, it's important to DYOR before deciding to invest. If you found this project interesting, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and also drop a like, and of course subscribe if you want more crypto and Web3 content. Well, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.